Heyo, what's going on, guys? My name's Alex on a Buffalo, and welcome to Valheim. So, as a bit of a starter here, me and some friends have created a server, and we played it for probably like 5 hours the other day. I thought I was recording the entire thing, was going to make it into a video. I apparently didn't start the recording. So, good job, me. Because of that, I want you guys to see the early game, like getting up to the first boss. So, we're going to play on a separate one that I'm going to create right now. We're going to get to the first boss, going to show you that. That'll also give me a chance to kind of talk about the game a little bit, let you guys, whatever I've learned so far. And then, once we beat the first boss, from then on, I will jump into just videos on my normal server with all my friends, where we have a ton of fun, dink around, and our plan is to like beat it and stuff. On that server, we beat the first boss, and then we kind of started base building, so we'll be right up, basically, with where we're at, and I can show you guys what we've been building so far. Should be a ton of fun. But with that, let's jump in, get to the first boss, and let's beat it. So, let's jump into it. Okay, we are loading in now. Here we go. Long ago, the All-Father Odin united the worlds. He threw down his foes and cast them to the 10th world, that split the boughs that held their prison to the world tree and led it to drift unanchored in a place of exile. For centuries, this world slumbered uneasily, but it did not die. As glacial ages passed, kingdoms arose and fell out of sight from the gods. When Odin heard his enemies were growing once again in strength, he looked to Midgard and sent his Valkyries to scour the battlefields, for the greatest of their warriors, dead to the world, they would be born again. In Valheim. So Odin's basically sending us to go kill some bad dudes in his 10th world Valheim, which are the bosses currently. We got cool Birdbow bringing us in here. I love the graphics are super cool. So it's very kind of stylistic. Like the textures themselves, most of them don't look great per se. However, the lighting like effects that the game does are phenomenal. It makes the game look gorgeous, even though some of the textures are more stylized not to look super like fantastic, it feels like. Anyway, so we launch in here. It's like, that's kind of what I'm saying. See, like the lighting, like the sky and whatnot looks absolutely great. Anyway, so let's start. So this bird is kind of like tutorial bird. He tells you whenever there's new stuff to do. So I am Hugin, sent here to guide you in your travels. The megaliths surrounding you are the sacrificial stones. They represent the Forsaken, which you must slay in order to ascend to Valhalla. So these are the statues of all the bosses. Then these magical stones were scattered throughout the lands by Odin, a signpost pointing towards ritual grounds of the Forsaken. If inspected closer, this one will reveal the summoning place of Eikthyr. Your first prey. He is a mighty beast, so you need to properly arm yourself before attempting to defeat him. So he's right there. Not far away. Lovely. So, now we start gathering and building up so we can go fight Eikthyr, the first boss. So you go around, you can find sticks and stones on the ground, and then once we got enough stuff, you can also punch the trees. And obviously you have a whole bunch of skills that you level up just by like using them. So like punching this stuff, so you like leveled up running, which means I'll use less stamina, I believe, when I run. These starter trees, you just kind of punch trees to get going. Then once I get an axe, I can cut down proper trees. Punch! Yeah! Luckily, I've already played the game a bit. Those guys wrecked us when we first started, because we weren't very good at the combat yet. Most items must be crafted. Yep. So, basically, just telling us to get wood and stone so we can craft stuff. So let's keep punching trees. Little trees to break them. So let's see. So you go into your crafting menu, and then you can create stuff here. So for these stone, I need more stone for the stone axe. So I am going to save up for that, and this tutorial bird just keeps... So you found a snack. So eating in this game, you basically eat foods. You want to try to eat 3 different kinds of food. You can't eat the same food too quickly. But when you eat it, it'll pop up down here, and it'll make it so that you can increase your health bar a little bit further, and it gives you more stamina, like maximum stamina, which is underneath the yellow bar right there that I am using to punch stuff. So let's create the stone axe. So then we can use this to fight with a little bit, and also we can use it to gather wood more efficiently. So let's fight these boars. Sneak up on them. Sneaking does use stamina, which is rough. Oh, he saw me. So now we're fighting the boar, but the axe is pretty strong, so we just wiped him. That gave us leather scraps, which we can use to make goodies. So the first thing we need to save up for is a crafting bench, which is pretty cheap, actually. So just need, I think it's 10 wood. Oh, I need the hammer first, actually. So I need more stone. You can't harvest stone from actual rocks yet until you get the pick, which we'll get later on. So for now, we just have to try to find stones on the ground. And there we go. We have enough for the hammer. So now we'll build the little hammer, which essentially is how you build things. Birdbo will be coming and telling us that. Yep, start by building a workbench. Oh, I did not mean to hurt you, bird. I am sorry. I didn't mean it, I promise, bird. You were my only friend. Let's find a relatively flat spot. This is pretty flat. And we will build the workbench. So we'll throw that right there. Now, using that, we can craft a whole bunch of stuff. Bird bow is going to land here. Complex items. Yep. Okay. So now that we put a workbench down, we can actually build like walls and stuff within this little circle. So if you want to build outside the circle, you'd have to build more workbenches. But they're pretty cheap, so it's not a big problem. We need to get a fire up as soon as possible, so I'm going to go find stone, and we're going to need wood to keep building a house anyway. It is good to get a starter base going before you get too far, because you want a bed so that you can spawn at your bed. Plus, then you have a place to rest, because you do have to rest every now and then to improve your health and stamina. Really helps. Plus, you can sleep through the night, and the nights in this game are kind of terrifying, because it's super dark and monsters come out. So, it's good to sleep, for sure. And when trees fall, you do not want to let them land on you, because they do a lot of damage. But what's cool is when a tree falls, it can actually break down other trees. So sometimes you can set up this insane chain reaction where you chop down one big tree and it knocks down like 4 other trees. And it is like the most satisfying thing ever. Okay, so my axe broke. And to repair it, this game's really forgiving with the repairing. The only thing you can't do is you can't repair it on the go. So you could just build a new one, but if you go to your workbench... Oh, it needs a roof. I forgot about that. Well, I did do a bunch of resource gathering, so we probably have enough to build a roof real quick. So we will do that. So you can't use your working craft bench unless it has a roof over it. I'm gonna get a little fancy with it because I enjoy the building in this game, and I'm starting to kind of figure it out. It was very, very wonky at first. But it's kind of cool unless I place that wrong. Now that I'm starting to kind of get the hang of it, it is pretty cool though. And so it shows different colors when you're building on things. That's basically how supported it is. That'll be just kind of a little intro thing. So blue means it is directly supported to the ground. So it's like a start point essentially. Green means that it's like the first piece, like it's still very supported. Then it goes yellow, orange, and red. Once it's red, if you try to attach anything to it, it won't attach. It'll just instantly break. So that's the only thing of this game that definitely needs some work that I've noticed so far. The building is a bit janky sometimes. But I'm willing to look past it because it is a lot of fun. And I just know it'll get better. This game was literally released, like a week or 2 ago? So, it's all good. Okay, so, it's now nighttime. Gather enough materials to at least get the workbench so it's covered enough. I don't really like its spot, but I'll fix that in a second. So, we are cold, so we'll need to remedy that in here in a minute. But anyway, so now that we can use the workbench, you can go into it, and there's a whole bunch more stuff to craft, which is cool. Then, since our stuff is, broken, if you press this, it repairs your stuff for free, which is pretty sweet. So you do have to come back to your base or build a new workbench in order to fix your stuff, but it's free to fix it actually once you do that, which is super handy. Okay, we'll have to brave the night, go get some wood so we can build a campfire, and then hopefully we can sleep until daytime. Will you just leave me alone? You stupid graylings. Get out of here. So, we need a fire pit to stay warm. You can't build fire pits on wooden floors, though. You can only build them on ground floors. So originally we were just building them down and then having them sit there, which ends up looking kind of not nice. But I've discovered a way the other day, a way to kind of get by that and still have it look like it's part of your house. So we'll want it in that corner. So we'll put that here. We'll grab our hoe, which you can use to level the ground and raise the ground and create paths. So we're going to raise the ground right here until it's more level with our floor, but that requires stone, which I just ran out of. Stone in the beginning is incredibly painful to find, because all you can get is the stuff that's like on the ground. It's not always easy to see. There's not a whole lot of it usually. Once you get the pickaxe, though, you can get it quite a lot because there's just stone there's like bigger rocks everywhere. Just in the beginning, you can't use those. So you have to do the other stuff. Leave me alone. The aggro radius in this game is stupid. Half the time they'll just follow you forever. I mean, it's not stupid, it's just annoying. They will just follow you to like the end of time. Like this guy is doing, and he's a level 2. I mean, I could potentially fight him. It would just be a very drawn out battle, and I don't have a shield. Back to the campfire thing. So we want a campfire. It has to be on actual ground. But I want it to look proper, not just throw it down here. That would work. Technically, it would count, but it would look ugly, which I don't want to do. So we're going to use the hoe to raise the ground. So now, as you can see, it's almost level. And now we'll hit the level ground option. And now it's a lot more level. So now we can go in. And if I really cared, I'd try to get even more perfect, so it was like completely level with my floor, but I don't care that much right now. So we'll just throw that there. And look, now it looks nice. And then the interesting thing about this game is that actually it requires you to give your campfires in your homes, like the smoke, a way to exit. Otherwise you will smoke yourself out and you will die from it. So if I were to, just for example, I will close this off just to show you. I need to get up on the roof in order to build more efficiently. So we'll come out. That guy's still out here. And we'll build ladders on the side so I can get high enough to do the roof. Because in order to get the positions you want half the time, you really have to finagle where you're standing. Okay, so we're back in here. So I'll show you that smoke thing I was talking about. So if I plug up all of these holes, you'll see the smoke is already starting to pack in very quickly. Once it has done that too much, I will start taking damage. And even though I have what looks like open air, it doesn't go out that area. At least it never has, because I've tried this before. See, like if I walk over there and that where the smoke is coalescing, it starts taking damage. You can see that at the top right, and I'm starting to die. Because there's too much smoke in here. It looks like it is somewhat ventilating, though, which is interesting. Because normally I would be taking damage right now. So I wonder if those X's, like the bottom parts, happen to give enough airflow. I'm not sure. Either that or it's just taking a while to coalesce. But anyway, we don't want that. So how we can fix that is we destroy one of these. Because it's got to have a place to go out. And what I've been doing that looks okay is I've been making it like a... let's see. Let's go over here. Making it look like it's just an open part, which is a little large. I'll do the 26-degree angle one. There we go. So now that, because if your fire gets rained on, it'll put it out. But that roof will be enough to stop that from happening. And now it's like a little strange chimney. And I usually like to make it look just a little bit nicer because I'm one of those people who likes aesthetics to be nice. So I'll do that so it looks like it's more supposed to be that way. We'll throw one right there. Throw a beam across right here. This honestly is a waste of resources, but like I said, I like it to look nice. And now it's like a little chimney area. Now the smoke all comes out of there. And the inside of the house is now smoke-free. Okay, so we've got our start. I've geared up a little bit, made some pants and shield and a spear, which I like the spears. So now, in order to be able to fight the first boss, you have to be able to summon it. And in order to summon it, just because I know because I've already done it, you need 2 deer heads. So now I need to go hunt some deer and keep doing it until I get the deer trophies, which are just deer heads. And then I can take those to the spot and we can fight the boss. So now I'm going to go do that. All right, Mr. Deer. Oh, he turned my way. Or Mrs. Deer in this case. Just trying to sneak up to her. The spear is nice because it's good for close quarters. And I can yuck it. And I got to... And I come over, grab my spear back, and then we collect the stuff. Oh, and we got the deer trophy. So we got one of the 2 things we need to be able to fight the boss. So now we need to find another deer, get a second one, and we're good to go. Sure. Got it. Yay, I got another deer trophy. So, we actually technically now are... We could go fight the boss. Which I think we're ready to do. I could get some more health if I found something else to eat, but we're probably fine. So I'm going to go gear up, and we'll go try to fight the boss. We're almost there. Then we'll fight the boss. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, this game is actually pretty freaking gorgeous when you really look at it. Like this kind of a scene, I think, is super pretty. Oh, look, there's a abandoned building over there. Usually, you can explore that. There's normally, like, chests and stuff in those, so you can get some free loot. It's normally pretty good to check out, for sure. But we're just gonna go fight the boss over here. Well met. So this is the summoning area. You have found the summoning place of one of the Forsaken. Make the correct offering at their altar and they will come. Be wary though, the Forsaken are not easy prey. So craft a wicked weapon and don your finest armor and eat a hearty meal before engaging them in combat. That of which we have done. So you'd read this. Hunt his kin. So we come here. Put the deer heads on our dealio. There we go, we made the sacrifice. And now, the game begins to coalesce a monstrosity. And there is Elkthir. Oh, that hit me. Okay. Never actually fought this guy by myself, so this should be interesting. And then the combat's just a lot of block, dodge, and attack when there's an opening. He's almost down. Oh, great. There's a railing here. Oh, he's so close. There we go. We have felled the great beast. Go away. And then he falls. We pick up his stuff. So we got his trophy, hard antler. And there we go. First boss is done. So we talk to Hugin. Return to the sacrificial stones with your Forsaken trophy and offer it as a sacrifice to make the gods smile upon you. And we also got 3 of his hard antlers, which use the antlers to make pickaxes. So now I could cut down rocks and stuff, which is extremely handy. But we're going to go back to the sacrifice stone. It's like the starting area, essentially. And put his trophy on there, and then we get access to something cool. So let's run back there real quick. Okay, so we've arrived here at the sacrificial stones, or whatever they're called. The boss stones, essentially. So we have Elkthir. We have our Elkthir trophy. And we just go up to it, read it, and I believe we just can't use... There we go. So, now that's on there. So now, we can activate this power, and basically gives us a special ability where when we use it, we get access. So, when we activate his ability, It gives us jump stamina usage minus 60% and run stamina usage minus 60%. So we're going to activate him. So now we have it. So now, down by our health in the bottom left, you can see we have Elkthir ready. So now if we press F, that'll actually enable the ability. We'll do this cool little wah. And now I can run around and it takes much less stamina. And jumping takes much less. So you can just run around a lot more, which is extremely nice. But that's about it. So that's essentially where we got in our other server. We beat this, and then we kind of moved on. So the next area we're supposed to get to for the second boss is called the Black Forest. We found that place in the other server where we were making bases right outside of it. So the next one we'll just start from there. I'll kind of show you around where we're at when we start that, when I get back onto that one, and we'll go from there. And we'll show you guys the rest of the game has the offer from there. This is about where I've done so far. So anyway, I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think. This game is super cool. So hopefully you guys join me with it for some more. Give it a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see some more gameplay from me. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.